Should oh no. Oh no. Wait. Oh, there it is. I think. Okay, there it is. I accidentally shut off the music. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome. Hello, konnichiwa. Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. Hi Con. Yeah, new starting soon screen. Do you guys like it? Do you guys like it? I think it's pretty cute. That was actually a last minute decision. Believe it or not. That's the one of the animations. A demon? I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. Question mark? Oh, that's my dog over there. He made some noise. Anyway, yeah, that was a last minute decision. I actually the only new thing that I was gonna show was something else. I'll show it in a bit. It's another screen, like it's nothing big. But that's one of the animations that I did for the Idol cover back in the day. When did I release that? When on earth did I release that? I think it's been a while now. A couple of months probably. It's been a little bit. I'll wait for my YouTube to finally decide to work. Is it a BRB? Yes. Yes, it is a BRB. Because, you know, sometimes I have to step away for reasons, and it's kind of awkward when the model just stays there like frozen in time. So I decided to make a little BRB that I had been postponing for a while, doing one of those. Since like the moment I started streaming, I decided that I wanted to do a waiting screen, a BRB screen, and an ending screen. And I think at first I only had the ending, or not. No, at first I only had the waiting, and then I ended up making an ending screen as to not like end stream abruptly out of nowhere, because I didn't really know how like time worked with streaming back when I started. And then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do a BRB screen when I revamped the old screens that I had, and I ended up never doing and so I thought, you know, it's been a year, I might as well. Did you glitch at the word BRB? Kinda. I like, my brain froze. I forgot that, like, how to speak for a second there. It happens sometimes where I'm just like, and then I start repeating what I said before until I remember what I was trying to say. But yeah. So yeah, this little thing. I'm gonna switch back to the waiting just for you guys to see, because I really like it. It's really cute. This one I did for my Idol like cover. It wasn't exactly the same like as what it shows here. Like the mini version, like just swaying from one place to the other, is the same, but the background is a little bit different from the video. I think this like little addition I did for the short of the cover back then. How long has it been? It's been 3 months since I released my Idol cover. Oh god. Has it really been 3 months? Hold on, let me just fact check that. Da, da, da. It's not loading. Oh well. This always happens when I stream. YouTube refuses to work properly. But yeah, it's been like 3 months, maybe even almost 4 months since I released that. Wild. We also have like, I don't know if you guys can hear it. I don't know how much louder my voice is compared to the background music, but we also have new background music. decided to change it just because. I think the end. I didn't do anything for the ending screen. That's the same as it's always been. I really like that one, so I didn't really feel like I should change it. And then what else? Okay, it's loading. It's loading slowly but surely. Please. How long ago did I release my idol cover? That one was wild, by the way. Can you tell that I came into the stream without a plan, really? July, August, September, October. Yeah, it's been 3 months. Okay. Yeah, it's only been 3 months. Only, I say. But I feel like it was like a month ago. At most. Why does time fly like that, chat? Why does it do that? I don't get it. Oh man, so speaking of time, it's been a year. It's been a year since I started streaming regularly. Technically 2 years since I started streaming in general, but we don't count that. Hey, Leo lore. That's not related to my VTuber. I actually started streaming back in 2021, August 2021. But I wasn't able to do it consistently because I was in a bunch of different projects IRL. And I used to just stream. And I think even when I started streaming again, I only did it like once a week. I would stream like each Saturday at around noon. Because that was like my only time slot available back in the day to stream. But then I just stopped because and I actually started streaming on Twitch, not on YouTube, because everyone streams on Twitch, and I thought, why not? I think Twitch is not really the platform for me. I don't really understand it. It's a whole different thing, and it's hard to grow when you don't have already like a base. I feel, or at least that's what it felt like for me. It's still hard to grow here, but it's, you know, you already have something, right? But anyway, so yeah, I started streaming on Twitch. My first stream ever was an attempt to stream Resident Evil Village, which did not go remotely well. Turned out my PC wasn't strong enough to play the game and stream it at the same time, so I was streaming. I mean I was playing it, hardly, but I was kind of playing it, and I thought I was doing fine on my stream, because I remember I even did like a little test a week before I did my first stream ever, and I made it like this huge thing of like, I'm streaming for the first time. And when I went back and watched the VOD, it wasn't watchable. It would just be like different cuts of the thing. And I think I streamed for like 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that, and you cannot watch that. So I nuked the thing, and then I tried it for a second time, and it was still the same, so I decided to just bury Resident Evil Village. And I started streaming Doki Doki Literature Club instead, and Deltarune. Those were my two like first proper games in proper streaming, like proper streams, because those worked because they weren't as demanding on my poor potato PC that I have, and that's why I look more like I pay more attention to things like graphics and stuff. Hello, White Star. Welcome. That's why I nowadays pay like more attention to things like graphics and minimum requirements for games and all that, because my attempt at playing RE Village was not successful. And even then I tried playing it by myself just for the fun of it, because I really wanted to play that game, but still my PC had a bit of a hard time playing cutscenes and doing things, and so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna shelve it until I own a powerful enough PC to be able to at least play it. But it is my dream to one day be able to stream Resident Evil Village, because I really like the concept of that game, even though I suck at scary games, as you probably could kind of tell last time, because really only the first game was very scary. The other two were okay when it comes to like scary levels. I didn't really think they were that scary. It was only the first one that was like I'm scared. I'm actually kind of not looking forward to our FNAF stream at the end of the month. because I attempted to play one time and I could not. But I guess it is kind of rudimentary to at some point. I never played an RE game. Are they good? I would not be able to tell you if they are good gaming wise, as in like, oh yeah, it's a very good game to play, because other than my attempt at playing RE, I've never played any of the games. Here's the thing, chat. I only know of like the stories of RE7 and RE8 because back in the day when RE7 came out, it was like such a huge thing. Everyone was playing it, and so I watched a bunch of different VTubers play through it and discover like the story and all of that. I remember when the demo came out, and that was a big thing. And then when the full game released and everyone was playing it, I never played it because I never owned a console to play it in. I've always been a Nintendo gal, so I've never had like the only time I got a PS2 was when I was younger, because one of my cousins, I think they bought the PS3 and went like, hey, do you want it? I got the PS3, I don't want the PS2 anymore. And my dad and I went like, yeah, give it to us. He didn't sell it or anything, he just gave it to us. And it came with a bunch of games of like the famous series Guitar Hero. he had the drums, he had like 3 guitars and the microphone and all of that, and he gave everything to us, and we would just play Guitar Hero every weekend or whenever we had the time. I used to love that game. I still suck, because obviously, but I still suck at playing the guitar. I'm not quite good at playing the guitar, an actual guitar. But yeah, we used to own that. And then I think my dad sold the PS2 because we really didn't have the time to play in it anymore. And after that, I never owned the PS again, a PlayStation of any kind. But I remember wanting the PlayStation 3 to play to play Sonic 06. Yep. But other than that, I only own Nintendo consoles. I have a DSi somewhere. It's shelved somewhere. I have a Wii and I have the Switch now, because I bought it with like savings from Christmas money back when it came out in like 2017, right? So yep. So I don't know, like gaming, like playing wise, if RE games are good. I just really like the stories they tell, at least from like the RE7 and RE8. And I think I've seen bits and pieces of RE4 because it got like a re-release and not like a modernized, I guess, version of the game, because RE games are old. I mean, they've been around for a while, and I remember that they even had movies, but I think those weren't good. And like either, like the games are good, but the movies weren't. And then I hear weird things about RE6. Like the franchise got a little bit weird after 4, and then they took like a break and then RE7 came out, and it completely like revolutionized the franchise. And then they got like a bunch of DLCs, and then they released RE8, and that was a whole other phenomenon, because I also think it got pushed back when the pandemic happened, the panini. So it didn't release until like a year later than it was supposed to, question mark. And the story was good, but everyone was going crazy over other things. Myself included. Yeah. But at least story-wise, I really like them. I think they're really cool, and I wish I could play them, but I don't own like a PS4 or 5 to play any of them, and my PC can't properly like render the whole thing, so yep. But I like the story of the games, as I already said like 4 times. They need to release a new Switch model. I've heard about that, but I honestly I haven't been like up to date as to like software, when it comes to like software and what it needs and what are the new like things. I just whoa, what? I got lost. What were they talking about? About what? I got lost. Oh yeah, when it comes to like consoles and all of that, I haven't been keeping up with like what's new or what needs to be done for things. I've only noticed now, like more recently, the few times that I go outside my house, that people are playing now like more games on their PCs rather than on consoles. Like everyone's getting like their PC build, like the PC like gamer build and all of that, and playing their games in their PCs instead of like consoles, because every time I go to like the game stores, they just have more gear for like PCs rather than actual like console games nowadays. At least that's how it's been in my area, like around my area. So that's why I like, other than the fact that I'm not really like up to date anymore. You said with all RE games, people were talking about something else besides the story. Oh, well, you see, there's this character. Hey. I saw the A. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but there's this character. That's the love of my life and my wife. Lady Dimitrescu. Everyone was going crazy over Lady Dimitrescu when the, not even the game, when the trailer came out. Everyone was like, oh, giant woman. So, you know. And I can see why. I adore her. And yeah. I mean, probably people will, like, some people were probably, yeah, Lady D. Lady Dimitrescu, my beloved. Probably people were talking about other things about Lady D. But I just like her in general. I think she's a great character. I love the layers she has when it comes to... Yep, my GF won't shut up about her. I mean, can you blame her? She's just perfect. Like, look at her. She's pretty. She's super tall and elegant and has like a super nice voice and will crush you just whatever. And like, she could just crush your skull with her heels and you know. And you'll say thank you, if you can still say thank you, if you're not dead already by that point. She's just great. She has a great personality. And I also love like the layering it has with the relationship with the daughters. Con, please, how do you not know? come on. I can't be alone in this. I mean, probably some other people when they watch the bot are gonna be like, yeah, I know what Leo's talking about. I love Lady G. She's great. I love her. Really, that's the only reason why I wanted to play the game originally. And then I actually got into the story, and I think it's pretty neat. I actually like only spoiled like her part of the whole story for like back when it came out. Like I don't really know like the full picture. I'm clipping all of that out of context, please you. Honestly, I wouldn't mind. People will know me for who I truly am. A Lady Domitresque simp. Which is where the professional simp title comes from, really. My friend is probably sick of me talking about her. Like, back when that was like at its peak. I know what you're talking about, but don't worry. But when that was at its peak, I would just not shut up about Lady D, and I would send all this fan art to my friend and be like, look at her, she's so pretty, and the fan fictions and all of that, and like she's always very supportive of what I like. But you know, I think at some point she probably got fed up with it, and she just didn't tell me. But yeah, I'm still crazy about Lady G. It's just not at its peak anymore because there's no more content. I run out of content. Because fanfictions, they are still there. There's always new fanfictions, but still, it's not like. I mean, not each fanfiction is to my taste, right? Like as you read more fanfiction, you get like pickier with what you like to read, and then at some point I stopped checking the tag. But yeah. Anyway, I also like how like the relationship with the daughters. I think it's really sweet, and those like scenes where when I guess spoilers for RE8 if you haven't played it and you want to and you don't want to know anything about it. When Ethan Winters goes on a killing spree and kills each of them, and she has different reactions to it. And then when it's just her and you have to defeat her because at the end of the day she's a boss fight, she talks about how you mistreated her daughters and all of that, and forgets all about like Mother Miranda's mission and purpose and all of that, and she just wants to kill you because you killed her daughters, you hurt her babies. And so I really like all of that because it gives her more like character and all. You know what I mean. I love her. In my mind, we're married. She just doesn't know it. I honestly forgot she was from RE. I think a lot of people didn't really know where she was from because she was everywhere, but no one really, like a lot of people that were not in the RE like circle just saw her and were like, oh yeah, that lady that everyone's talking about, but didn't really know that was from RE. Like there's a bunch of things that always happen like that. Like how a lot of people know about the song We Don't Talk About Bruno but have not watched Encanto, which by the way, if you haven't, you should totally watch it. I love Encanto. As you could probably tell because I have a playlist with covers of all the songs from the movie. But yeah, I was gonna say something else, but I already gushed about Lady G. I mean, if you kill anyone's kids, I would hope they would be mad at you. Maybe there would be parents that didn't want their kids and were like, yeah, that's okay. You know? Also, what makes it sadder when they die and all of that is the fact that she has 3 roses above her chest and like on her dress, pinned on her dress. And those 3 roses represent the daughters. Like probably people already know this, but I'm just gonna gush about it because I was prompted and now I can't stop. Each rose represents one of the daughters, and and they're black. So like they originally are not for mourning. They all are dressed in black all the time, but you know, it gives it a deeper meaning after their death. Also, you know, like how like her full name is Alcina Domitrescu. So her name starts with an A, then the eldest daughter is Bella, B, then the middle child is Cassandra, C, and Daniela, the youngest, D. So they all go A, B, C, D. I don't know the reason for that, but I think it's cool. It's a fun fact. That's why I said hope be mad. I mean, yeah, I have not watched that movie. It is really good. I mean, listen, I'm an adult that still likes watching cartoons. A lot of people are, but I always prefer animation over live action. So I'm usually not necessarily up to date, but I'm usually on track with animation movies. I know that there's like a new one that's gonna come out in November, question mark. That's from the same creators from Encanto. It's Wish, and it gives me like similar vibes, but I haven't really watched the trailers. I don't really know what it's gonna be about. Actually, another fun fact about Leo. We're not talking about the year. We're just talking about random fun facts about Leo. I forgot. Wait, I lost my train of thought. God damn it. Not again. I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot what I was gonna say. What was I talking about? Wait, no. What was I talking about? Hold on. It was about... I was talking about Encanto and then Wish. Oh yeah, fun fact about Leo. Yeah, Wish. It hasn't, like, I haven't seen it around often enough. I know people are expecting it at least around like the sphere. Also, there's, you know, the whole thing going on right now with the actors and the writers. So I don't know how that's affecting releases and all of that. I mean, I totally think they should protest about that, because it is a really tricky thing. Like it's really complicated. But yeah, they're not paid well enough. But not getting too much into that. I haven't seen many promotionals of it. Like even Encanto back in the day got like really went under the radar until it came out on Disney Plus, because it was still like we were not in the middle of the panini anymore, but it was still like people in general were not really going to the cinema that much. And so Encanto went under the radar until it came out on Disney Plus, and then it exploded and the boom happened and everyone started singing "We Don't Talk About Bruno" and annoying other people. And that was me. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. I was the annoying people singing "We Don't Talk About Bruno" non-stop. At some point I even attempted to sing it in like Irish or something like that, because I would just like it like an album with all like the different versions from around the world got released, and I would just listen to all of it. I was really obsessed. I think it was my number one on my Spotify Wrapped in 2022, which was not surprising at all. But yeah, Wish is from the same creators, but I don't really know what it is about. Fun fact about Leo, I forgot. Yeah, going back to the fun fact, it relates to Wish and the fact that I don't know what it is about. I don't watch trailers anymore. It like for a couple of years now, I don't watch. I decided to stop watching trailers. I think it was after Endgame. Before Endgame got released, when the trailers started coming out, I decided that I didn't want to watch the trailers as to not spoil anything for myself. And also because I started realizing that a lot of trailers include scenes that end up not being in the movie, especially animated movies. They have like that thing where they include a bunch of scenes that end up not being in the movie for some reason. And I dislike that because it gives me like expectations that end up not being met because I never saw the scene, and it's usually the cool scenes that are not included, and I'm like, but why? So I don't really watch trailers anymore. So that's why I don't know what Wish is about, because I haven't watched any of the trailers. I know there's been like 2 or 3 that came out recently, because the release date it's approaching, but I don't really know what it is about because I don't watch trailers anymore. So yeah, that even back when the whole phenomenon, I guess, there was nothing in the Endgame trailers. It was basically just a slideshow of the old movies. I mean, I guess it's true. I know there was like a scene where they all walk together with the suits that they use for time travel and all of that, where they actually like edited out the Hulk so you didn't see Professor Hulk in the trailers, so that didn't like get spoiled. But again, back in the day, I didn't really see that because I did not watch the trailers. I only found out about it after the whole thing. But yeah. But even then, like I went completely blank. I didn't really know anything, so that was cool. And also relating to that, like I was gonna say, that's why when the whole thing about Spider-Man No Way Home happened, I somehow managed to avoid all spoilers and all of the promotional things that they were showing. Like I did not watch anything. Forgot Hulk was in the movie. Yeah, he's not really that relevant in the movie. But you know. Yeah, back when the No Way Home thing happened, I didn't really watch anything about it. Like I avoided the trailers like the plague and the teasers and all of it. And I went in completely blank when the movie released. So I had no idea that the whole like crossover was gonna happen. I thought, like, I remember just one time seeing a meme, but I thought, oh, that's just, you know, it's not, I don't really think they're gonna bring in like the actors and all of that. And then I was pleasantly surprised when it happened. I also have a grudge against that movie, but that's another thing. Like, the more I watch it, the less sense it makes with the current like timeline and supposed like bigger plot of that Marvel's like trying to do right now. But on its own, I think it's really good. I loved it back when it came out. But yeah, I went completely blind, so it was like a whole experience. I remember really enjoying it because I didn't really know anything about it. I saw No Way Home opening night to avoid spoilers and then was blown away. Yeah, I actually didn't go see it until like a week later because I never really go to release nights because I don't like going at night. I don't know why. When it's pretty late, it's like usually because I go with friends, so I don't really like going that late at night. So I just go like the earliest, like the next day. But if not, then I usually just go like a week later or on the week like the next weekend or things like that. But yeah, I went in, and even then I somehow managed to avoid like spoilers for it. So I was completely blown away when it came out. And now the more I watch it, I think the less sense it makes with the whole like with how they presented the whole multiverse thing and all of that. When I analyze it, I think it just doesn't fit with what other things they've like established as how it works and all of that. Marvel has fallen apart at this point. No Way Home is the best thing they have made in years. For me, it didn't really like sink in that they were starting to do weird things until I watched She-Hulk. She-Hulk was the thing that destroyed my faith in Marvel. That series was bad. That was just that was just bad. I usually don't like trashing on series and all of that, or movies. Sometimes when I don't like it, it's just like it's not for me. I just don't like it. But She-Hulk was just such an insult for me. I felt offended after I watched it. Haven't seen anything since the new Thor. So here's an unpopular opinion. Please don't come for my throat. I actually like Thor Love and Thunder. I really love that movie. I actually love Thor Love and Thunder. I did not watch any trailers. I didn't see the posters. The only thing I knew was that Natalie Portman was gonna be on it again, and I despise the character of Jane. Like, I've never liked her, and I was so happy when I didn't see her in Ragnarok. But then, another unpopular opinion, I didn't like Ragnarok a lot. I think it's an okay movie. I know a lot of people love it and think it's great, and the comedy is amazing and all of that. I wasn't a huge fan of Ragnarok. Not the first time nor the second time, really. I think I watched it like 3 times, and I'm okay with it. I don't hate it. It's just not my kind of it's just not my movie. Plus, I never really was a fan of Thor in general. The first movie, I think it's my least liked Marvel movie. I really don't like the first Thor. The second one, I think it's okay. I like the funny parts with Loki, like the whole dynamic between Loki and Thor. I think it's what salvages the movie for me. I do not care about the Dark Elves. They are really not relevant, and I think it was just a weird movie to introduce us to like the gems, like the Infinity Stones and all of that, because it's when like we had already seen one in like the first Avengers, and then the second one got introduced in that movie. But it was weird how they tried to do it, and it didn't really matter that much. But and then I just didn't really like. I didn't hate it, but I didn't really like Ragnarok. And I loved Love and Thunder. It was just I had 0 expectations for it. I wasn't really. I went. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Hey, you can now check the BRB screen. Woo! Wait. Where's the video for the BRB screen? Hold on. Oh no. Where's my mic? Well, the VRB screen is not working for some reason. No, why is it not playing? Hello? Oh, there it is. For some reason, it's just not looping. Why is it not looping? Well, anyway, I will show it to you in a little bit, because now I'm back. My dog stopped barking. It's better than the second one. I'll give you that. However, they completely dropped the ball with the villain, the god killer who kills one god in the whole movie. I didn't really think about that, honestly. Here's the thing, I didn't really expect absolutely anything from that movie. I just went because I have a completionist problem. And when I start something, I have a hard time abandoning it when I don't like it. At that point, I still liked Marvel, but I was never really a fan of Thor. So I only went to see it because it was part of the MCU, right? And my friends were actually excited about it because they do like his character and all that, and I was like, that's okay. I just want to see it because it's part of it, and maybe I'll get some information as to where the whole thing is leading, right? But I think I've never laughed so hard, like out loud, in a cinema before. I had 0 expectations for it. I wasn't really expecting to hate it, but also I was not expecting to have a good time. Because again, the only thing I knew was that Natalie Portman was back, and I don't like Jane's character. I think they made it a little bit better in that movie, but I still could not care less that she died. It was like, okay, that's good. I mean, she was better than in the other movies, but I guess that's it for her, right? I love Natalie Portman. I just don't like the character of Jane Foster. And so I just went like completely head empty to that movie, and I had such a fun time. And even the second time I watched it when it released on Disney Plus, I still had so much fun. I personally don't know. I don't know if people were expecting something else. Probably, but I don't know what it was. I guess for me the advantage was that I never expected anything that was really like relating to Thor. So I just had such a blast watching that movie. I love that movie so much. The whole Thor being now a dad thing, I'm kind of neutral about it. I don't really care, but I love that movie. I thought it was so funny. But yeah, I really don't know what else to expect from that character anymore, but I really don't care much, really. My brother wouldn't be happy about you not liking Ragnarok. That's his favorite movie, and on mine too. And one of my too. I'm so sorry, Khan. I don't know what it is. I'm not a huge fan of it, really. Like, again, I don't dislike it, like, as in, oh, I can't watch it. If you put it on and there's nothing else, I'll watch it. But I'm just gonna be really meh about it. And I don't know what it is, really. It didn't vibe with me. But yeah, those are my unpopular takes on Thor. Let me just show you real quick why is the BRB screen not looping? I'm gonna freak out. Why is it not looping? Why is it not looping? Okay, there it is. I'm gonna show you real quick the BRB screen just so you guys can see it. I don't know if I'll use it at any point in this stream. It also has its own music. I don't know how loud it is. But there it is. It's just my profile pic, and there's chat, so you guys can see chat during the BRB and see yourselves on screen while I'm away figuring out things or something. But yeah, I really like it. I think it's really pretty. And I saw this whole concept of like a music player, and I really liked it. So yeah, it's just a little thing that I did, and I really enjoyed. Like, I really liked how it turned out, so I hope you guys do as well. And the music is also like pretty happy vibes, I guess, unlike my music for the room, but you know, that's different. Those are different vibes. Thank you, Go Mom. By the way, I haven't seen you in a bit in chat. Glad to see you that you're around. But yeah, that's my unpopular take on Thor movies and all that. My brother, well, can we both agree that Loki is the best part of those movies, at least? Yeah, Loki is the best part of all the Thor movies, period. Except for the first one, because for me, nothing salvages the first one. I think it's just boring as hell. Even with Loki. I think that's where I like his character the least. And then on Thor Dark World, I think is the name of the second one, it's when I started liking him. And Ragnarok was amazing for him. I really liked how he is in Ragnarok. And then again, he's not anymore on Love and Thunder, but he would have been great anyways. But yeah. Yeah, I kind of forgot that he's not in Love and Thunder because I had so much fun. Usually the one thing that I remember is like, oh yeah, I remember when Loki did this. I do like, I think that's the only thing that I really like about Thor Ragnarok is Loki. And Doctor Strange, but he doesn't really do much, so it's But yeah, from phase or whatever phase, because I don't really know which phase are we on anymore from Marvel. Honestly, I'm considering watching Loki season 2. I have not watched it, but I'm dying to see it because that's from the series they've released. That's one of my favorites. After WandaVision. I think the only series that I haven't watched is... what's the name of it? Secret Invasion? But I don't know if I want to watch it, honestly. I kind of don't care about Nick Fury. And they also did something at the end of the first episode where I'm like, what's the point anymore, really? Have you played the fantastic and goofy scratch games called Saturday Nights at Frosty's? Actually, no, I've never heard of that. Let me look that up. Saturday Nights. Everything sounds like FNAF nowadays. Whenever I see like nights, I'm like, FNAF? Five Nights at Freddy's? By the way, speaking of movies, are you guys gonna see the movie? If you guys are into FNAF at all, I do wanna go watch it. Saturday Nights at Frosty's. I think it doesn't even pop up on my thing. Saturday Nights at Frosty's. Yeah. Nothing really pops up. Am I being trolled? Am I being trolled? Oh. My OBS did something funny for a second. I don't know what happened. Let me just close this. I'm gonna disappear for 2 seconds because my model froze again. Where's my model? Oh no, there it is. Never mind. I was like, I'm not moving. Nothing pops up when I look for that. I don't know what it is. It's a real game that's goofy. Nothing really pops up when I look for it though. Okay, let me look for it again. Maybe I wrote something wrong. Saturday Nights. Rusty E.S. Game. Scratch. Oh, there it is. I think it appears now? Question mark? Scratch games. Nope. It doesn't pop up. I'll try to look more into it later then, because it doesn't really pop up when I look for it. Yeah, right, Con? I can't find it either. It's a games website. Game website. Scratch. Scratch is a free programming language and online community where you can create your own interactive stories, games, and animations. Huh. Interesting. Never seen this before. Oh, I see. It's one of those sites. Saturday Nights at Frosty's. Oh, there it is. by Sunk Bob something cereal. I've never seen this before. Bum 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 bum. Oh, it's like a horror thingy. Oh, interesting. No bad entertainment. I'll look into it later. It seems interesting. But I had never even heard of this website before. So I'll keep it in mind. But yeah, I've never played this. Interesting. What's the story? Oop, my chat froze. There it is. Sounds like malware. I mean, I don't know. I didn't really open anything. I just looked into the website. But yeah, I'll look into it more later. Oh. Let me just disappear for a second. Where am I? Da, da, da. But yeah, anyway. What were we talking about before this? Woo! Please model, react, reposition. There we go. Which mark? There it is. Yep. There it is. Woo! I'm back. I can move again. My eyes got stuck to the chat. Like got glued to the chat. What were we talking about before that? Oh yeah, Loki. And after that? I know we were talking about Marvel, I just can't pinpoint exactly what we were talking about. I forgot. We're talking about Thor, and then Loki, and then... I guess I was talking about the whatever phase Marvel's in. What was the first thing they released? I think it was... Oh yeah, Loki. I like Loki. He gave me such existential dread. I loved it. But yeah, other than that... Oh yeah, I was talking about Secret Invasion. I don't really care about it. I remember now. I was saying that I don't really care about it. And then they did something to a character I liked, and I didn't get past the first episode. I became even less interested. But I'll probably end up watching it because, again, completionist. But yeah. When it comes to Marvel, when it comes to like the latest phase that I remember, which was whatever happened during the Panini, I think it was the first thing that released was WandaVision, and then Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I am dread. And then Loki? Or was it Loki first and then Falcon and the Winter Soldier? I don't remember. And then I think they released movies? Question mark. We are in phase 5. Oh dear. How many phases are there gonna be? Yeah. I don't remember what came out first, but then when it comes to movies, I think the first one that released was Black Widow. Am I right? I think that was the first thing that got released after the whole Panini thing. And then after that, they like started releasing a bunch of movies one after the other, and I could not keep track. Black Widow was, unfortunately for me, really disappointing. That movie would have been good if it had like come out back in 2016 after Civil War and all of that. But I think it was in production hell for quite a while. Yes, it was Black Widow. Okay. Yeah, Black Widow, I wanted to love that movie. I really, really was looking forward to it. I didn't watch any trailers again. Nothing. I was so excited for it because my favorite Marvel character was Black Widow. And it just not. It didn't deliver. There were like 3 different storylines happening at the same time, and they were trying to juggle them all. And then this whole family thing that I don't think really suits her character when it comes to like outside of the Avengers. Exactly, why did they wait till her death to release it? I don't know. Honestly, I think filming didn't even begin until after Endgame. I don't know if they had problems with the script. I really don't know what the story behind the scenes is when it comes to that movie. I just remembered that it was like way back in 2013 or 2014 when they first announced that they were gonna make a movie of Black Widow, and then complete silence, nothing. They like didn't really say anything until after Endgame, I think, or right before that they were gonna release a movie about her. And I was so excited. I really wanted to love it. I think Yelena is a great character, but I see her as her own thing. I think they could have introduced her in a different way without like being related to Natasha in the sense of like, oh yeah, they're sisters or whatever. I'm fine with the way she is. Like I do like her as she is, but I don't think she was like a super necessary thing for her character arc, I guess. In general, it's just not. It's just in a weird place, that movie, and it's just not. The rest of the plot is really weird. I know they touch on like heavy subjects that exist, obviously, but the way they manage it is just not. I don't know. It just didn't click for me. And by the end of the movie, I just remember sitting at the cinema being like, I feel so empty right now. I don't feel anything. I wasn't even angry. I was just empty. And I was and after that we became really sad because that was my favorite character, and I feel like that movie kind of ruined her, at least for me. Also, they wasted Taskmaster. Yeah, the whole Taskmaster thing was such a disappointment. They could have done so many things with it, but I think it's also the fact that they were trying to juggle like 3 different themes at the same time with the whole family thing, that it just ended up being really messy, and they ended up just not delivering on Taskmaster. I'm actually not a comic book fan, not because I don't like the comics, it's because I didn't really grow up reading comics, so I never went and read any of the Marvel comics growing up, so I don't really know comic lore. And I think that's what disappoints usually most of the fans, that they're like, no, it was like this in the comics and they could have done this other thing, and it was really disappointing. I don't have that because I never read them, but man, I think they could have done so much more with Taskmaster, and I don't know how Taskmaster is in the comics, but they just did not, and I was so sad. It was such a great villain, and then it almost never appeared, and then the whole reveal happened, and I was like, am I supposed to feel something about this? Is this supposed to make me feel something? It was just I was so sad with that movie. Yeah, man. I remembered and I'm still like, dang it. They could have had such a good movie. At least the backstory, something else that was more interesting. I don't know. But man, that really sucked. I was so sad. And then after that, I didn't actually watch Eternals. It completely went on under my radar. So I didn't watch it until like last year at some point in the middle of the summer. The only good part of the movie was that. I mean, yeah, he was okay. I wasn't really a huge fan of that plot, but I was okay with it. You know, I was like, okay, I can see what they're trying to do here, and I appreciate it, but I'm kind of meh about it. He was funny though. Honestly, that's basically how I felt in the Thor movie. Oh, Doctor Strange is such a weird thing. I actually, like, every time I watch it, I never know how to feel about it. The whole multiverse of madness thing. Because I like it in concept. I think it's good in concept. But it has this weird thing where it's not really a Doctor Strange movie, it's a Wanda movie. And it touches on a problem that had already been dealt with in her own series. So I don't know why they brought it back up in the movie when it was not supposed to be her movie. And also, we had already dealt with that. I guess it was to like expand this whole concept of the multiverse and stuff, but when you think about it, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't line up with what we had been shown up until that point. And then after that, it's when I found out that directors don't really communicate with each other, so they don't really know what the other did in the other series or in the other movie, so they just do whatever they want. And that's why we have this mess right now with the whole multiverse thing. Yeah, that was a great director. I think he had his fun with it and did what he thought was best. And I mean, like, again, in concept it's really cool, but when you link it, because Marvel nowadays has this thing where they don't want you to have this concept of like, oh, everything, this is why I hate She-Hulk. Okay, I'm like jumping all over the place, but this is why I hate She-Hulk. Because She-Hulk does not serve any purpose other than making a commentary on the fans, on how they just want everything to be connected and everything to have a point and be a big fight and have a super great resolution and be, you know, connected to the whole multiverse and all of that. And that's not always supposed to happen, right? But the problem is that they're the ones that ended up making that. I feel like they could have completely detached the whole that everything is connected after Endgame and done their own things. Like, you know, each character has its own movie and it stands on its own and that's it. Which really was the case before Endgame, right? Like, yeah, the whole plot was connected, but each movie stands pretty good on their own because it's the movie of said character, not a connection to the whole thing. But now, because they did this multiverse thing, they started linking everything and then complain about the fans not liking it because it doesn't make sense, because they're not keeping like their stories straight, because the directors can't or don't communicate with each other for, I don't know, whatever reason that might go on behind the scenes. Like, they probably directives are Marvel and tell them like, hey, it has to be connected, and just let them do their thing, and then it just doesn't make sense, and all of that. And so that's why they did this mess themselves, and now they want out, but they don't know how to do it because they were the ones that got the fandom to expect these kind of things from them, when they could have just separated, like, yeah, the whole Endgame thing was its own era, and after that we're just gonna make new things. that don't necessarily need to connect. I don't know. Sorry for disappearing for a while. I actually know a German who worked on that game a long time ago. There's some funny lore. Ah, I see. I'll see about checking it out later on. I need to look into it. But yeah, thank you for stopping by and letting me know. I'll look into it more later. But yeah. So I don't know. I just so going back to the whole Doctor Strange thing, right? So the movie on its own is okay. I don't know why it became a Wanda movie. I'm not complaining. I like Wanda. It's just weird because, again, in her own series, we dealt with the whole grief about Vision and the kids like the kind of life she never got. And she accepted that none of that existed and none of it will ever exist because it's just not how things played out. And then suddenly, she's obsessed with it again because she found the dark, well, she kept the dark hole, the whatever the name of the book is, I forgot already. And then what happened after that? The dark hole, something like that. And then she discovered that, oh, my children live in every other universe, which never gets explained why that is the case. And thus, I'm gonna go to another universe to live with them. And that's her whole motivation, even though we had already established that she wasn't gonna do that anymore. But whatever, and Doctor Strange has to stop her, but Doctor Strange can't really do much because I don't know. And then America gets introduced. And she's weird like that, so she can travel throughout the whole multiverse. But there's no one else like her. But then, if there's no one else like her in the entire multiverse, and every action, according to what Loki established, every action creates a new timeline, then wouldn't every action she creates create a new timeline where she exists? And thus, there are multiple versions of her throughout the multiverse? Like, that's where I started seeing, like, wait a minute, this doesn't line up with what you established before. And so I love Doctor Strange, like, in short, I love Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness in a vacuum, as its own thing that doesn't relate to anything else. If I see it in the broader picture with the whole franchise, it just doesn't make sense, and it's a weird movie. I think it gets weird by the third act as well, with the whole like zombie Doctor Strange and all of that, where he possesses his dead body. And I wasn't a huge fan of that part, but I was like, okay, I'll just ignore that happened. And that's when you know things are wrong, when you have to start ignoring things for your own sake. The Doctor Strange movie was the last one I watched for me. Yeah, I think if I didn't have that completionist thing, that would have been my stopping point as well. But I was really enjoying the series, so I thought it's gonna get better at some point, right? And then She-Hulk happened. Because She-Hulk came after that in the timeline, question mark? I don't remember, honestly. But yeah. I froze again, dang it. Move. There we go. Move. Body, please. There we go. The only sense I can make for it is that they all take place after the end of Loki, and time is in a strange place with just random things happening. Yeah, I kind of assumed that as well, but at the same time, it's just really messy. The way Loki establishes how the multiverse works doesn't make sense with the way Spider-Man did it, and after that it just starts changing depending on the... Oh, I got froze again. and then it just gets weirder and weirder because it changes in every movie depending on the way they need it to work. So that's why it's like I don't know what, like, they don't know what they're doing, and I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, that's my whole issue with Marvel right now. And it wasn't even that what got me out of it. It was just that thing that I spoke about earlier, about how they made She-Hulk and then complained in there about the whole thing. They wanted to be super meta about it and be like, hey, let's have the main protagonist talk about these issues and how they're dumb and the audience shouldn't expect these things from us and all of that. And it's just like, you did this to yourself. What are you talking about? She-Hulk was the thing that did it for me, honestly. It's just it's just not. It could have been, like, again, it could have been its own funny lawyer series, and it just decided that it wanted to be meta because they were tired about the fans, the ones that keep giving them money. And that's just what really made it for me. And Botkin mentioned Spider-Verse, so we have to add that onto it. I consider Spider-Verse like its own thing, honestly. I do love Spider-Verse, but I don't think it as part of the MCU because it was just make things so messy. I think the multiverse of the Spider-Verse, it's its own little thing that exists in the vacuum in the universe, and it's fine where it is. We don't need it to jump across any other franchise. But yeah. Then I didn't watch Eternals when it came out. I completely flew under my radar. Oh, Shang-Chi was a thing that I thought was cool, but I wasn't very impressed by. And when people brought up that She-Hulk was poorly written, their excuse was literally that writing is hard. I'm not kidding. Oh my god. They did not do that. Please, no. No. Please. Oh, I'm so sick of that series. Oh god. Like, again, it could have been its own thing, but no. They could not have that. We can't have nice things, apparently. Because, again, I'm disappearing because my model is frozen for some reason. I think the app is not responding. Oh, there it is. Please reposition. It could have been its own fun little thing, but and by the end of it, like, I was having such a hard time watching it, like the first 3 episodes. Then after that, it got kind of interesting, and I was expecting it to be like not related to the whole like overall multiverse thing, but I thought the concept of like, yeah, we have to deal with these new laws because there's people that have powers and are from other universes and all of that, and not the same law can be applied to them as a normal citizen. I thought that was really interesting, and you know, maybe add a little comedy to it that actually is funny, and you could have a good little like side series that's just for fun that doesn't have to be related to it. But then by the end of it, when it got really interesting for me and it like tried to cover an issue that happens IRL in what I thought was a really cool way of like of trying to do it, they just undid all of that, went meta, and broke the fourth wall and had She-Hulk go to the Marvel premises to tell the writers to change the ending because she didn't like it. And an AI is the thing that controls Marvel right now, apparently. And that was that. And so that's when I just stopped caring. I think they did have Return from the Dead. Have you seen the new One Piece live action show? I actually haven't. Chat, I have a confession to make. I've never watched One Piece. Then Leo, how do you have covers from Film Red? I only watched Film Red. I think I actually mentioned this before. I only watched Film Red because Ado was the singing voice of Uta, and I love Ado, and I was like, I need to go watch that. And I went in without any context. I did not understand like lore things because I had never watched One Piece, but I'm actually kind of interested in watching the live action. I've heard it's good. I'm usually worried about live actions because they're usually not great. The Death Note live action. And I do want to watch the anime, but there are the things that always like stop me from watching it. That is like the sheer amount of episodes it has so far, and that it's still going, and that everyone keeps telling me that it's better to read the manga. That the anime is okay, but the manga is better. Sorry. There I go. Anyway, but yeah. Have I watched One Punch Man? Yes. I did watch both seasons, actually. I vaguely remember anything from season 2, honestly. But season 1 is cool. I like it. I think it's really funny. I like a funny concept, and I really like it. Other than that, I don't think there's actually much. Like I've never read the manga of One Punch Man, so I don't know anything about the manga. But I don't think there's like much animated content, question mark. So I haven't seen anything other than the 2 seasons, and I know they're working on a 3rd one, but I don't know when it's releasing. I mean, I remember season 2 being okay. Everyone was kind of angry about it because they switched studios, so the animation quality wasn't as good as the first one, but I think they would have never been able to achieve the same quality that they had for season 1, even if they didn't switch studios, because I think the director for it pulled in like a lot of favors from other animators and stuff and brought them into the project just to animate season 1. So that's why it turned out as great as it did, animation wise. Story wise is also good, but animation wise, which is what everyone like praises all the time. But then for season 2 they changed studios and they couldn't obviously replicate the same thing, so yeah. So that's why I think it would have never been as good animation wise as season 1, regardless of the change of studio. But it could have been a little bit better. It's not terrible. I mean, I'm a Nanatsu no Taisai fan. I know what terrible animation looks like. 7 Deadly Sins, for those who don't know, the anime. Season 3 really... We got a studio change, and that really sucked. I know why it was, but still, it's just like, man. Anyway, but yeah, I think season 2 would have never been as good as season 1 just for that fact. And story-wise, I think people also complain because it was like, it took like a slower pace because Saitama goes through this whole arc about trying to figure out who he is outside just One Punch Man because he doesn't really know. And I think that was good, but it is also not very memorable. That's why I don't remember much of what happened. But I think it's a good character arc. It's just like the whole season was that, and that's why I guess people didn't really like it. But I don't know, maybe things will pick back up in season 3. What's my favorite Marvel movie? Let me think about that because I actually haven't thought about it in a while. Okay, so Iron Man movies, Captain America movie. Oh, I know. Captain America and the Winter Soldier. That's my favorite one. It used to be Age of Ultron. I still like it, but I think Winter Soldier is better and superior in every way. I love Captain America and the Winter Soldier. That's my favorite Marvel movie. Yep. I just noticed that Sonic Superstar released in 7 days. Have you played any of the games? I tried playing Sonic Adventure 2, did not work out. I need to get a controller to be able to play that. Other than that, I played by myself. Sonic... what was the name of that game? Not the most recent one, the one before that. It was Sonic Frontier... No, Sonic Frontiers is the recent one. Sonic... What was the name of that? Ultron was your favorite movie? It used to be, yeah. Don't ask. I know people hate it. I know, like, out of all the Avengers movies, people really don't like it, but there's something about it that just clicked in my brain back when I watched it, and I just loved it. Yeah, Sonic Forces. Yeah, that's right. Sonic Forces. I played Sonic Forces. I liked it. I do like Sonic games. It's just that for me, the way I play, they're too they're too fast for me. It sounds funny, but it is true. Like, I have a hard time controlling the characters all the time. So I like playing the games. Mostly I like the stories. Oh, actually, I played Sonic and the Black Knight, and at some point I attempted to play Sonic Unleashed, but I think there was something weird with the Wii version because I could not move past a certain point, and then I just never finished it. And that was it. But my favorite Sonic game that I've played is Sonic and the Black Knight. Why? I love the story. I love the story. I love Blaze as Percival, and it's just great. Favorite Marvel hero, Black Widow. I loved her with my soul, and she's gone. I cried so hard when I watched Endgame. I was not expecting that. I was devastated. Chronos. I think I've heard of it, but I never really played it. Is it one that looks kind of... Hold on, Chronos. I think I know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, I've seen it before, but I never really known what it's about. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I do remember seeing it around at some point, but I never played it. There's a lot of games that I know about, but I never played really. Mine is Tony, so I felt the same way. Oh wait, not Chronos. Klonoa. That one I have not heard of. Klonoa. Oh, that looks very similar to Sonic. That's suspiciously similar in looking, in art style. It also kind of looks like Pokemon. I never heard of that. There's a Switch version apparently. Interesting. Never heard of that. Oh, and I think it's on sale on Steam right now. No, I've never heard of that. Oh. Mine is Sony, so I felt the same way. Here's the thing. I always have like I do have favorites, but I always have do top tiers for things because I'm indecisive. So I actually have a top 3 for Marvel characters, and Tony was my number 2. So I do feel that I wasn't as devastated as with Natasha, but I was sad. I did cry. I was like, man, especially with the whole replay kind of the scene of Spider-Man in Infinity War, but now it was Tony and him being like, hey, Mr. Stark, we won. That really got me. But I was so sad, and she didn't even get a funeral or anything. They just glossed over it and hulked through a bench, and that was that. Oh, man, they really didn't, or at least I'm assuming they really didn't like Black Widow, huh? Man. But yeah. Yeah, my number 1 was Black Widow, my number 2 was Tony, and my number 3 is Doctor Strange. So imagine how I felt when Infinity War came out and Doctor Strange was gone. We won, Mr. Stark, yeah. And then, yeah. But yeah, and then Doctor Strange was gone after Infinity War, and I was like, well, at least he'll come back in Endgame. Probably, maybe, hopefully, please, I beg of you. And he was. But I paid the price the other way around because Natasha and Tony died. And I was like, you're back. I got you back. But at what cost? Like the meme of like, did you get it? You know, in with Thanos in Infinity War, like, did you get it or did you win, something like that? And he was like, yes. What did it take? What did it cost? Everything. So I got my Doctor Strange back, but man, and it was just like, even though I still liked Marvel a lot before the whole She-Hulk thing, it was just never the same. Because, you know, they were gone. And then they did that thing at the beginning of Far From Home, where they did like a little homage to them at the beginning in the school TV or whatever, and I was like, no, why are you doing this to me? But yeah, I actually wanted Deadpool for Endgame since everyone said Steve would die. Ooh, really? I never really thought that he would die, but I guess he kinda is dead now, or at least he disappeared into the stratosphere because he was old. Yeah, a lot of people guessed that Tony was gonna die, and it made sense because his story was over. But I would have rather no one died. If I'm being honest, I would have rather no one died. Man. Yeah, going back to Age of Ultron, I think what I used to like about Age of Ultron was the concept of Ultron, what he represented. And I didn't really look... for me, there weren't really issues when I watched it the first time. I just thought it was cool, and that was it. Could have been like executed better? Maybe. I wouldn't really know. Or yeah, maybe. But for me it was okay. So that's why Ultron used to be my favorite Avenger movie. But Winter Soldier, I think it's way better, so I like it better. Even though I think that one came out first and then Ultron happened. Because that was... Winter Soldier was back in 2014, I think. Actually, no one thought he was going to die, which why my cousin almost strangled me when I won. Oh no. I actually, around my friends, a lot of people like did think about it, but they were still sad about it. But they did like kind of like predicted that would happen. Because it made sense for his character. But I guess when you see the little, like, his daughter and all of that, and that he married Pepper and all of that, you don't really, or at least a part of you thinks, no, they wouldn't do that, because, you know, he has a kid now and he's married and he's happy finally after all the things he's gone through. But no. They killed him. But yeah. Actually, when it comes to like new generation stuff, I'm not a huge fan of that ever in any media for some reason. So I don't know what they're gonna do with his daughter, but if she becomes like the new Iron Man, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like that. Like for example with Hawkeye, like I love the series. I like what they did with it. Actually, Hawkeye is like its own self-contained thing because it doesn't really relate to anything that's happening in the multiverse. It's just a very mundane series about a very mundane superhero and his now new apprentice, and it's really good. I just don't like Kate Bishop. I find her really annoying sometimes. Set up a loving family, then rips it all away. Isn't that what usually happens? Isn't that how it usually goes? Isn't that how it usually goes? Writers are the most evil beings in the world, and no one can convince me otherwise because they always make those, like, they always do those things and break your heart and trust. Because then you're afraid to fall in love with a character because they're probably gonna die. There's actually a meme that I used to see around a lot way back when that was like, oh, who's your favorite character? The dead one. And I would laugh at it, right? But it's not a joke anymore. It's just my reality now. For a lot of things, my favorite characters are the ones that die. And I am not a fan of that. I would like very much like them to please stop doing that. Yeah. I actually never watched Logan. I actually have never watched any X-Men movies. I know, like, my friend that I talked about earlier has, because she used to be, like, a super huge fan of the X-Men movies. But I've never watched X-Men. I probably should, but I've never watched them. And I remember they, like, made Logan R18 for some reason when it came out into the cinema. I don't know if there's a reason for it. But after that, I just never really looked into it and never watched it. But maybe in the future I could give it a try. Yeah, I've never watched any X-Men things. I just know that Logan is Hugh Jackman. That Wolverine is Hugh Jackman. And that he appears also in Les Miserables, the movie musical, and The Greatest Showman, and some other movie that I don't remember the name of right now. I know Hugh Jackman is a lot of things, but really I never, I don't know why I never got into X-Men. Just never, sorry, it just never caught my attention, I feel, for some reason. Or actually all of Logan. I didn't read that. But yeah. This ended up turning into a Marvel talk other than anniversary chat. Actually fair, with an X-Men movie there's a wild chance it's either really good, really bad, or forgettable. Man, I've heard things about it, like they're not all really good. I think the last one was the Phoenix one, and I've heard not a lot of people like that because apparently it messed with things and doesn't make sense anymore, like a certain franchise is doing right now. But again, I never really like watched it. I know people like Days of the Future Past a lot, and like the first two movies, and Logan, and that's about it from what I remember. And so when the cameo happened in Multiverse of Madness, I really didn't like. I knew who it was, but I didn't get the hype. It wasn't until later that friends that actually like X-Men and have watched it told me like, oh yeah, when Professor X, I think it's Professor X, appears, his theme, like his original theme music played, and it was really cool, and I was like, oh, interesting. That's cool. I know nothing about him, but great. You know. I, on the other hand, was excited because, like, oh, the Emily Blunt's husband that everyone kept teasing that might have do Mr. Fantastic, it's here, and that was really all I caught. You know what the funny thing is about Doctor Strange? I also went, because I went in completely blind to that one as well. I didn't know Wanda was the villain until I got to the cinema. There are a lot of blood, death, violence, depression, death, heartbreak, death, and death. So yeah, there's a reason it's rated R. Oh, okay. Understandable, sir. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because back in the day, I remember that was a whole controversy, but because I never really planned to go watch it and never watched it, I wasn't sure if it was like, if there was a good reason behind it, or if they were just exaggerating again. Like when they made Deadpool R and then they turned it down to like 15 or something because it wasn't that bad. I actually went to see that twice to the cinema and it was funny. And the second one was kind of forgettable. That's why I love it. I'll add it to my long list of things to watch, and maybe to watch along at some point. Who knows? Maybe we could plan that actually. But yeah. Yeah, so the funny thing about Doctor Strange is that I went in completely blind again, and so I didn't know Wanda was the villain until I was at the cinema, and I only knew that she was gonna be part of it, but I thought she was gonna help Doctor Strange, and then she goes all rogue, and I was like, wait, she's not gonna help us? She's the villain? Oh, okay, I guess. But why? You know? So yeah, speaking of things that like I didn't get, and so I also didn't know about the cameos, and that apparently people were talking about them a lot before that. First Deadpool was great. I actually forgot there was a second one till right now, right? Like, for some reason, I just cannot remember anything about the second one other than the fact that the apprentice of that metal guy has a girlfriend, and that's about it. And I think those are actually characters from the X-Men. But because I don't really know them, I think your message got sent like 4 times, Con. For some weird reason. Loki Season 2 is looking good. Better than the rest. Oh, really? I really want to watch it, but I just need to find the time, because I know those series are not as long, but I can't like multitask anymore, so I need to like sit down and watch it to like pay my full attention to it. So I need to to find a day where I can just do that and sit down and watch Loki and be like, that was amazing, or maybe that wasn't my thing. I don't know. But yeah, I don't have any doubts that Loki would probably be great again. I don't have high expectations for the Marvels. Oh yeah, the Marvels. That's happening. Yeah. I don't have a problem with Miss Marvel. I think she's okay and her concept is interesting. I cannot um, with Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. I do not like that character. I think her movie's cool, and her concept is like the message and the concept of her movie is great, but I cannot stand Carol Danvers. I dislike her a lot, and nothing has been able to change my mind about that. I don't see why I should like her as a character. That's what my brother said, but I'm waiting for the whole thing to come out, so I'm not disappointed again. Yeah, I usually wait for the whole thing to come out so I can like binge watch it. I know it's not like great because then you start to forget things, but it works better for my current schedule, so I'd rather binge watch it when I have the time. I don't know, it like maybe it's a weird YouTube thing that you know how sometimes it like sends the same message like twice. For some reason they probably did it like just 4 times now. I don't know. I kind of understand that too. Yeah, Nick Fury was the best part of the Captain Marvel movie. It's just not. I think it's the way she's written. It's just not the best, and it just made me dislike her a lot. And the actress is great, but then the interviews, she ended up being kind of weird about things, and it made me dislike it even more. So I just don't like Carol Danvers. I would just see that movie because again, it's part of the thing. So I would have to watch it technically, but I just have zero expectations for that. I don't actually think I'm gonna enjoy it. So yeah, I don't really have any expectations for the Marvels. I kind of I forgot that was gonna happen until like a week ago when a friend was like, "Hey, I have a discount for my birthday month. Do you want to go to the cinema with me next month?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, what's releasing that month?" And he showed me like the upcoming movies, and one of them was the Marvels, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's happening." At this point, the new Avengers is gonna be a mess. Yeah, I don't think they should have been new Avengers. I know it happens in the comics, but I just don't think. Oh yeah, the cat was great too. Who's even in it? Probably Kate Bishop. I'm kind of thinking maybe Yelena, because she's supposed to be like the replacement for Natasha in some weird way. Maybe Tony Stark's daughter, Sam, because he's the new Captain America. I don't know if Thor counts. Does Hulk count? And I think that's it. Could America count as an Avenger? Miss Marvel I could kind of see, but could America Chavez count as an Avenger? Even Marvel forgot it, right? Like, I think I forgot to touch a little bit on that. I just mentioned that I didn't watch it when it released because it just didn't. It flew under my radar completely. No one talked about it. No one cared. And then when I watched it, it felt so out of place that I was like, why does this exist? And what factor is it gonna play on later installments? And then one day it just hit me that there's supposed to be like a super giant Eternal or Celestial or whatever it is on planet Earth, in the middle of planet Earth, and no one has noticed. And no one's talked about it. Please no. Maybe, actually, now that I think about it, She-Hulk cannot be in it. She's not a part of anything. We don't care about She-Hulk. Uh, I despise her with my whole being. But maybe the Hulk's son. You know how at the end of She-Hulk he introduces his son to the family because apparently he had a son at some point when he traveled to space and we didn't know about it. Maybe his son. That would make more sense rather than She-Hulk. She's just a lawyer. She doesn't even want to be a superhero. Yeah, Spider-Man is still technically. Is he still an Avenger? Because everyone forgot about Peter, but not Spider-Man. That's also a super weird thing that I don't understand. Exactly like the deal off, but whatever. But yeah, technically Spider-Man is still part of the Avengers. I don't know what the plan is here to fight He Who Remains. I forgot his actual name, which we don't even know what's gonna happen with that, with the whole situation with the actor. That's a whole other kind of worms that it's complicated. I don't know what developments have been ever since on that. But what was the name of the character? I remember him as He Who Remains from Loki, but I always forget his actual name. Oh, Kang, the Conqueror, right? He was Kang. They're like a head with a chick. I think a chicken with their head cut off. Yeah. Yeah. I don't really see the direction they're trying to go with, honestly. Because also after Thor, Love and Thunder, gods are supposed to be involved now because Zeus was angry that people don't respect the gods anymore, even though the gods were assholes to their people. But yeah, Kang, I just assume because he's the ultimate bad guy that the new Avengers are supposed to fight him. Kane are supposed to fight him, but I don't really know what exactly is gonna happen. Yeah, what I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Guilherme? Please tell me if I pronounce that correctly. I know how to pronounce your last name, Sosa. But yeah, just like they're saying, every director is just doing their own thing because they don't really. I don't think they're giving them like the direction of like, hey, everything has to make sense and it has to connect like this. This happened in this other movie and this happened in this other movie, so it has to like go according to that. So that's why we have like 3 different concepts of how the multiverse works. Also I didn't misspeak. I stand by what I said. Yeah, him. So that's why I think that's the reason why we have like 3 different versions of how the multiverse actually works, because they don't really know what the other is doing, so each is doing their own thing, you know. I think even the actor who played the God Slayer, the bad guy in Thor, didn't even really know what Marvel was about when he auditioned, which makes sense. An actor doesn't really have to know like the whole thing, just know what his role is about, what's the main purpose of like his character and all of that, what are his reasons, what drives him, and go from there. But yeah, I've seen more and more at like that there's really no communication behind the scenes and it's just turning out into a mess. I think not arrested, but he is being accused of bad things against women. I'm not gonna say the word because like YouTube, but yeah, there was a whole situation there. That's why I said like I don't know if there's been any developments regarding that after it got like announced. So I don't really know what's gonna happen there. If there are any issues, they're probably just gonna replace him, but yeah, he's kind of the face of the multiverse now, so it's a little bit weird. But yeah, I don't know if he actually got arrested or not, but yeah. Recast time. Yeah. Anyway, I think we spoke a lot about I mean, we did speak a lot about Marvel. I don't know what else to add about that. We were supposed to speak about the year. I mean, I'm fine with this conversation. It doesn't bother me at all. I actually like talking about these things. If the Flash actor oh yeah, that's another messy thing. Very unfortunate. I'm actually not a DC fan. The only movie that I watched and liked from DC is the Joker one. And it's not even like a villain movie, it's just a dude's story, and I think that's what makes it great. I really hope they don't make a sequel. I don't think it needs it. Other than that, I think I watched Justice League and I did not like that. And that was it, really. I never watched any other DC movie. I remember being excited about Suicide Squad back when it came out, but then everyone trashed on it and I didn't want to go watch it anymore. I know there's a new one, but I don't know if it's good or not. And there was also Birds of Prey with Harley Quinn. I just know that the actress is the same that does Barbie in Barbie. The main Barbie. Out of all the Barbies. How did we even get to Marvel? Honestly, at this point, I don't remember. I think we were talking about Lady D, and then somehow we shifted to Marvel. Somehow we shifted to Marvel after Lady D, and I'm not sure how that happened. But yeah. We got from RE to that. Yeah, Resident Evil. Somehow we made the switch to that. Yeah, a year of streaming. What happened in the year? So I started streaming Deltarune Chapter 2. Because again, I think we were talking about earlier about how technically I started streaming in 2021. But then after 2 months, I have to like drop it because I was very busy with a lot of projects that I was a part of. So they took up a lot of my time, and I ended up not having time to stream at this slot that I had planned, like at Saturdays. And then after a whole year, I finally decided to come back. And then what happened? I had finished when I streamed back in 2021. I streamed Doki Doki and I streamed Deltarune Chapter 1. I remember now. I started streaming Deltarune Chapter 1 because Chapter 2 had just come out. But I hadn't played I had played Chapter 1 when it released, so I didn't remember a lot of things. So I played it for like the second time, quote unquote the first time, because I didn't really remember anything. Back then in 2021, and then I finished Chapter 1. I was like, okay, next week we're gonna start Chapter 2, and then that never happened. Because OBS, please. OBS kun, onegai. Onegai. Okay, I think we're back. I don't know where I cut off. But yeah, anyway, so I finished chapter 1 and I said, oh yeah, next week we're gonna start chapter 2, and then that never happened. Next week turned into a month and then a whole year. So I never played chapter 2 on stream, and with Doki Doki I think I finished like the first, I got the normal ending that everyone gets, and then I was like, next time we're gonna restart the whole thing and try to get a good ending. And then also that never happened because I just completely stopped streaming after that. And then exactly a year ago, I have to go. Have a good night, everyone, and stay well. Thank you for stopping by. Good to see you. Hope to see you around more soon. Bye bye. Yeah, so then exactly a year ago, because it was on October the 10th of 2022, I just decided to start streaming again. Like I did plan it for like a week or two before that date, but I just got back into it, and instead of on Twitch, I decided to, that's why my secondary channel exists, because that was supposed to be like the archive land of my bots. And then I just switched to YouTube as soon as I started streaming again. And I thought about returning to Twitch at some point, but I don't really... I did promise Seva, which I haven't seen Seva in a while, now that I think about it. I hope they're doing well. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so should I just... Oh, my brain! I forgot! Not again! What was I saying? What was I saying? What was I saying? I thought you were ending stream because you zoned out. No. It's just that OBS for some reason decided to like malfunction for 2 seconds there. I started streaming again, but why? What was I talking about that? I started streaming again. Well, I don't remember what I was saying before, but I started streaming again a year later. Oh, I was talking about my bot channel. Oh, yeah, I was talking about Twitch. There we go. I remember. An advantage of Twitch is that it's easier to gain attention. Yeah, but let's be honest, guys. Like, either if you're a bot watcher and you're seeing this, or you guys that are here right now, if I switch to Twitch, would you guys actually go follow me there? Like, and watch me over there? Because I've thought about it, because yes, it is easier to gain like an audience over there, because that's what the whole platform is about. Streaming. But I just hesitate about it because, number one, I don't think it's hard to bring your audience over to another platform. It's not as easy as like, yeah, I'm here, follow me here, because they either don't have they don't have an account on the thing, or they're not really interested in following you there because that's not what they follow you for, or they have a hard time like switching environments and all of that. I can't speak for everyone. It's nice to know that you would con, because that's the thing, that's like, it's not the main thing, but it is one of the factors that has like made me go, I really wouldn't switch over there. I did promise at some point that I was gonna try and stream whenever I had like an extra stream over there, but it's just not like, if I stream, it would have to be like one stream on YouTube and one stream on Twitch, which would mean that I would have to like switch settings every time, and that's a little complicated with all the things that I have on my mind. And you see how sometimes I just lose train of thoughts on the spot, and then you know, I think there would like a catastrophe would happen if I had to switch like stream keys every other day. So for me, it's either I stream on YouTube or I stream on Twitch. The other thing is that your streams are fun. Thank you, Con. I really appreciate that. The other thing is that I don't know if people would be like willing to switch over to Twitch for that. And then because I'm completely new there, right? Like I think I have 6 followers from that one time, and that's okay. Like I don't really it's not about the amount of people. It's just like it's harder because everyone's doing the same thing at the same time, I guess. But then again, I have been considering it because I still think about it sometimes. Because number one, almost every other VTuber is there, and I would like to actually collab with more, like make more collabs and all of that. And it's hard to find other people here on YouTube because most streamers stream on Twitch. Soto and I met by pure chance, and I really love her, and I'm really happy about our friendship, and I can't wait to collab again with her. But yeah, it was like a thing that happened that neither of us were really looking or really expected it to happen, but it just happened, and it just so happens that we both stream on YouTube, and that was like a happy coincidence. So I've thought about it for that. I also thought about it because yes, it is easier to monetize on Twitch, and in order to like at some point be able to get better equipment, I do need to make some money at some point. And it's a little bit easier to become a Twitch partner than it is for YouTube to actually make your channel monetizable. So yeah, that's why I've hesitated about it a lot, and because I'm already used to streaming here, I thought might as well just stay here. And then a whole thing happened with drama over Twitch some time ago when I decided, yeah, I'm gonna do the quote-unquote transition of like start to stream on both places, and then I got discouraged from it because of that, and I haven't really thought about it ever since, like as in seriously thought about doing it. But I think if I were to go on Twitch, I would just like do a complete switch. I would not stream on both ends. I would just either stream on YouTube or stream on Twitch. And that's where I really would have to like sit down and consider everything, and maybe try it at some point. Maybe in I don't know about next month, because then again, because there are ongoing series here, I feel like it would be a bit weird. There's no continuity because again, it's been like 2 years since I streamed on Twitch. But then again, a lot of newcomers always arrive at my Amnesia streams, so I guess that wouldn't be weird. To an extent. But one of the other points that I considered back then was the fact that like I have ongoing series here that I would have to, like, it would be weird to just like leave people without the continuation of those series on this channel and then bring it over to new people on Twitch who don't know what's going on, because I wasn't playing here, I was playing on YouTube originally, you know, like that kind of thing. That was also something that I considered back in the day when I was like debating whether to switch over or something. And yeah, but it is harder. It is a little like it is a little bit harder to grow as a streamer on YouTube than it is on Twitch. So that's why I've thought about it, but I'm still not quite sure. Maybe try playing a newer on Twitch. Better chance of people joining a newer game. But that's the thing. Sorry, my dog was making noise and I had to make sure everything was okay. Newer game. The thing is, money. Honestly, the main factor for that is money. Most of the games that I get I get them on sales. Hold on, let me just. I'm frozen again. Why am I frozen again? I guess part of the thing that makes it a little bit harder for my content to like maybe interest other people is the fact that I play mostly like visual novel like games, because I'm more focused on story than anything else, and oftentimes I don't really know what the new games are because of that. Just spitballing, yeah. And unless there are games on the Switch, I don't really have that much variety when it comes to PC games. Maybe I could just try what I usually do on Twitch and see what happens. But then again, it's something that I feel like I need to plan, because in order to do that, I would have to leave YouTube as a streamer, at least, because I would not stop uploading covers here. That's not something I intend on leaving ever. And I like streaming, so I don't want to leave that either at any point. But for Twitch, yeah, I would have to I think it's a matter of if I end up doing it, if I decide like, yeah, I want to try this out. It's just a matter of trying it out and see what happens. Like, try to stream over there. What I usually stream here, probably. And just see where it goes. And decide if I like it or if I just come back to YouTube as a streamer. Because I do like this community thing and all of that, and just chatting with you guys. So yeah, I did something that I need to think about, and maybe I'll try. I don't know if it would happen like soon, because again, I need to like plan it a little bit so I can like make the switch on my settings and all of that. And also mentally, because there's a whole other culture on Twitch that I really don't know much about. Because there's, you know, there's different lingo, there's different it's just a different culture, streaming culture over there compared to here. And I don't think I necessarily would have to be super knowledgeable about it, but I would at least need to know one or two things. So I need to look into it, and if I do, then I would let you guys know, like, hey, we're gonna be trying this for a little bit, or maybe for a long while. I don't know, because then again, sometimes growth takes time. It doesn't happen as fast as other people would like. So we would have to try it for a while and see what happens. And I know there's a way to stream on both platforms at the same time, but I don't know if that would take more power out of my poor PC. So yeah, that's the thing. Oh, let me just open the door for my doggo because he wants to step outside for a little bit. BRB screen, woo! Still here, but I just think it looks cool. I don't even know if you guys can hear me from over here, but still. What? Wait, where's my model? My model disappeared as well. No! Where's my model? My model went away. Oh, there I am. I rose up from the dead like a true vampire. Ooh. Like, my model was gone for a second there. I just looked at the chair and I was like, wait, where am I? Where am I? But yeah. I have a French poodle. Like, middle size. or like medium-sized, I guess. Why did I say middle? Medium-sized French poodle. He's a little ball of curls, white curls. He's really cute. Bum 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 bum. I need to make my model move again because I look like I'm dead. Although I guess it fits with Spooky Month. Please move. I know you opened your eyes, but you need to move. Lady, please. Please. Yeah, he's a cute little doggo. He's been with me for a while, so. But he's also sometimes a little, like, he starts to act like an old man sometimes now. How did you get our model? How did I get it? I downloaded an I downloaded a program that's called VTuber Studio, and I got a base appearance and then tinkered with it until I liked the model, and then used some custom clothes that they already had. I just modified the hair and the eye color a little bit, but everything else is just like the same. It's like a base. I don't know why I'm not moving. I'm just gonna be here like with my neck like this for a little bit until it decides to actually move, because I told it to reposition itself. It's just not listening to me. Oh, there it is. Now you decide to move. Okay, I did it on VTuber Studio. It's a 3D model. Because I do not know. I mean, now I do know a bit about how to do it, but it's gonna take a long time for me to do my own 2D model, because cutting and rigging, it's a whole other thing. I actually asked Sodu a bit about it back when we met, because she rigged her own model, and I was like, was that painful? And she was like, yep. But after you get the hang of it, it's pretty okay. So I would need to really look into it and dedicate time to it, because I do want to eventually have a 2D model. But commissioning one is a little expensive. So I would rather do it myself because of that. Crazy idea. Try kick. Kick? Huh. What is kick? Kick. Google, please tell me what is that?
That's bullshit.
Bum 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 bum. I don't know what it is. Google doesn't know either. Tell me more about it, Con. What is Kick? Wait, isn't Kick a streaming platform now that I think about it? Well, hold on a second. I think I've heard about that. Kick. Streaming. Isn't that like a streaming platform for VTubers or something? Oh yeah, it is a platform for that. Oh, it's Australian. Huh, I have heard of it, but I don't know about people that stream there. That's why I haven't really looked into it. I thought it was like a VTuber thing. I'm just kidding, the people are crazy. Okay, yeah, I was like, I don't really know anyone who streams there. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna stream on Kick. But yeah. Yeah, I would love, I do want to eventually make my own VTuber model, but maybe for the 2nd anniversary. I mean, it's weird for me to be like, that's why I also made like this simple, and I just wanted to sit down and chat, because it's amazing to me that it's been a year since I've started streaming consistently. But at the same time, I don't really feel it because as a content creator, I've been on YouTube for 4 years already. So it's this weird thing where I'm like, whoa, I've already been streaming for a year, but at the same time it's like, well, I've been here for 4 years, so it's not that surprising at the same time. It's like this weird thing that where I have mixed emotions and I don't know how to feel about it. I originally wanted to release or like make the announcement of like, hey, the Discord is finished and you can join now, but unfortunately that's not the case yet. I managed to get the bots that I wanted working, but I still need to configure some things for it. So, and I haven't had the time to like just sit down and do that all the time. I just like I work on it on my spare time, little by little. I'm also trying to get an extra mod, just for the sake of it, because I have a hard time managing these things. I mean, the last time I talked to the same YouTuber then reached 100k, so maybe it'll happen twice to a small YouTuber. Hopefully, maybe. I mean, that would be cool. Yeah. That could probably happen. Like, I don't rule it out. I do think it'll happen eventually. I just don't know when. I still keep trying my best and do my thing. My eyes are closed. Just the model doesn't want to cooperate with me today, guys. I'm so sorry. It's usually like this, but I don't know. Like, for example, my eyes are wide open, but it just registers them as like closed. And the more I like move the camera, the more it like does that for some reason. There I am. Anyway, hi Zoe, welcome. Thank you. I do believe it. I just like, I don't know when, because you know that's just how the algorithm works. Sometimes it's weird. It's a weird thing that I oftentimes do not understand. I just keep trying my best. Oh, by the way, I have not told you guys this. I got invited to a D&D session for next week. An IRL friend told me about it, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm holding one of these next week, and I was wondering if you would like to join because we're missing one person and I thought you might like it. And I was like, please, sign me up. I want to be there. I don't know how to play, but I'll be there. So yeah, I'm going to a D&D session next week. It's gonna be exciting. I immediately thought of you. Question, if you're invisible, would you see through your eyelids? If I'm invisible, would I see through my eyelids? Maybe? I mean, probably not, because being invisible doesn't make you transparent. You're just not visible to other people, but you're there. Like, your body, the matter is there. You're just not visible to people, but you're not, like, your matter doesn't become transparent. It's like if you disappeared even though you're still there. So I don't think you'd be able to see through your eyelids. Does that make sense? But yeah, I immediately thought of you, Zoe, when he reached out to me and was like, hey, do you want to come? And I was like, yes, please. So yeah, D&D session. What was I talking about before this? Oh yeah, we were talking about like numbers and all of that. So you question, if I were to move to Twitch, would you move over there and watch me as well? We were having a little conversation on that just a moment ago. But yeah, numbers. I'm still totally running D&D when the server gets made. Yeah, like that's, I think at least by the, like at latest, I'm not sure. By the end of this month, the server will be up. I just really need to be able to finish it properly. Sure, I'd move over to Twitch. Okay, that's good to know. Then I'll consider it. I'll think about if maybe in November or December we can try that out. I did hear actually that YouTube live streams can negatively impact the channel. I only heard about that recently. I wasn't really aware of it. Yeah, because viewership on bots. And I've seen, like, I don't know if it's because of that, but I've seen it recently a little bit with my covers, that it's not getting as much traction as it usually does. They're not getting as much traction as they usually do. Like, there was a standard number already, and now it's kind of getting a little bit weird. So I did listen to, like, I did find out about that very recently, but I wasn't sure if it was like really a thing. So yeah. Oh yeah, I know it is Yukon. I know because of the username. Hello Neville, welcome again. But yeah, I did notice a little bit of that, and that's also why I like started thinking a little bit about it again. But I wasn't quite sure because of that whole ordeal. But yeah, then I'll think about it. We'll see. But yeah. Because I also know streamers that stream on YouTube, well, VTubers that stream on YouTube, and then people don't watch their covers. I mean, that stream on Twitch and then people don't watch their covers on YouTube. It's a weird thing. But yeah. From what I understand from another channel I watched that did some YouTube streams. Also, oh yeah, their channel suffered a major drop in viewership because your YouTube's algorithm saw the bots weren't doing as well as uploaded bots. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit it. I don't know. But yeah, I do believe that at some point. I see. Because you know the funny thing is, my short, like the one of the most recent, the one about the Cave song, got like that one got boosted a lot, which I was not expecting. And it's good. I would rather it get like it keeps getting boosted because it's almost at like 2K. But the video didn't get that much attention compared to it, and that has happened to me before, even before I started streaming. But it was still like a little odd, and I was like, but why? Yeah, I do upload shorts, but the problem is that YouTube sometimes doesn't really like recommend them. I think it has to do as well with the whole streaming thing. So we might just try that. I guess. Yeah, YouTube, it's because of the the competition with TikTok, I think. I'm also on TikTok. Okay in TikTok, like it's doing okay. Did I miss anything interesting? We finished talking about Marvel, and then we switched over to whether YouTube or Twitch is a better streaming platform, and we're still talking about that. Like, the algorithm for shorts is super strange. Yeah, it's a little bit weird because sometimes it's like really, like, for example, my short for Idol, that one in a day got like 2.7K, and then it stopped. And then it never went up again. We're coming up with a whole strategy here, right? Yeah, it did this weird thing where it would, like, when it was posted, it had like 4 views, and I was like, that's normal, it just got posted. My views are slow most of the time. And then by night it had like 2.7, and I was like, what happened? Like, I'm not complaining, but what happened? And then it just never happened again until Well, the one of the Kabe song has been like more gradual, more natural, but it still got like way more traction than anything else for some reason. And the video is still doing well, but it's not as popular as the short. Whether on TikTok it didn't get like, it did get attention, but it didn't get as much attention as it did here. So its algorithm is weird in general, but yeah, I did recently found out about that because of another VTuber that I watch, and that actually switched to Twitch because of that. And so I'm not sure. And usually I think that for the VTubers, the stream here is not that much of an issue because they don't really upload shorts and videos as often as I do, because it's not their main thing. Whether with me, on the other hand, it is my main thing. Like, my covers are my main thing. I do streaming as well, but for me my main thing are my covers, because my thing is music, even if I don't do it on stream regularly. So that's also like another thing that might have been like, that might be part of it. What I have noticed is a lot of the time people that stream on YouTube will immediately delete the bot on YouTube to avoid it affecting the channel. Yeah, or make it like what's the name of it? Not public, unlisted. Isn't it also because they value newer videos over old? I'm not sure, because recently I've been getting a lot of views on older videos for some reason. Like, it's good. Again, I'm not complaining. It's just a little things that I've noticed that are a little bit weird compared to how the algorithm behaved before. But I have seen that some people that stream here on YouTube make them like unlisted as soon as they finish them, or have a bot channel where they upload their Twitch streams, which is what I originally tried to do, but then I switched over here because I thought I already have an audience, why not? And moving over to Twitch means starting over, but then again, I don't think that would, at least for me as of right now, I don't think it would be much of an issue if I were to start over there when it comes to streaming. When it comes to covers, that's a whole different thing. So maybe, as to not affect my videos, I would have to at least try and do that. And I mean, my second channel exists because it was supposed to be my bot archive, and it's actually where I have the playlists for the live streams, not here. And originally when I started here, there wasn't the live stream feature. Like, when you go to a channel and it shows you like the different categories, and it shows you like, here are the videos, here are the shorts, and here are the live streams, if they have ever live streamed here. My model is not moving again. It used to not have that, and so that's when I used to like make the bots unlisted and upload them on the other channel, so they would be there and not interfere with my content, because I didn't want to like have like 5 covers and then in the middle of it a stream randomly. But not long after, they implemented that little thing about like where the streams got like its own little space. I'm trying to fix my model as we speak, by the way. Where the live streams got like its own little section. So that's why I ended up like leaving them as public, because I thought, oh, it's not gonna interfere with my videos anymore. So yeah, one thing that is easier about YouTube is it's easier to get notifications for streams. Twitch, though, offers better cuts to its creators and more interactivity features between bits, channel points, and other stuff. Yeah, I was actually mentioning that to Khan earlier, that it is like one of the pros about Twitch, that it is easier to get like monetized, to say it in some way, over there. So that's why I've also thought about it, because I do want to eventually be able to better my equipment and all of that, and YouTube is a little bit harder to do that. So it might be a better idea because of that thing. But and there I go again, I got frozen again. But yeah, that's why I've thought about it. I'll see if, because we already have a plan here, right, for this month. I'll try to maybe next month figure if we can do it there. Like, my Twitch channel exists. If you guys want to follow me over there before I try and see what happens, it's there. I think it's, I don't think I have it linked here in the description. I think it's in my info on YouTube. There are, I think, all my links over there. Yeah, I think after this, I'm more willing to try it. Like, after this conversation, I'm more willing to try it, because before I had like more doubts about it. But I think after this, I might like just try it out and see if it works, and if it doesn't, I just come back here. I'm always here. Because at the end of the day, the reason why I started streaming was because I wanted to reach out to people, because the nature of my content doesn't really allow me to like just speak to people, because I just sing and then I disappear for a week, and then I'm back again, and then I disappear for another week. You know, and that's also why I decided to give a try to the server, because I want to be able to interact with my community. So yeah, and we'll try and see what happens. I hope to at least, like, at latest by the end of the month, to be able to have the server running. Again, it's not really much what I have to like finish there. I just need to like find the time to actually finish it. The little commands and things that I need to add, and also that extra moderator that I want to have there. I asked a friend about it, and I have yet to get a response, but maybe if they say yes, I will have an extra mod, and then things will be a little bit easier for me. But yeah, well, your streams are fun to talk in. Thank you. I was also thinking about that at some point, like if just chatting streams would do okay over there. Maybe they will. Maybe, I don't know. I just need to try it out. What is your favorite animal? Mine are frogs and toads. My favorite animal, I think I just love dogs. I mean, when it comes to like animals in general, I've always said like I like wolves because wolves are cool, and I do like them. But more realistically, as an animal I could interact with, I like doggos. I love all doggos. I think they're all cute. So yeah. But yeah, I'll try to figure it out for maybe next month, and if not, then December maybe, because December is a weird month for me, where I probably won't get as much of a chance to stream as I would like to, but we'll see about it. Oh, seals are pretty cute too. Seals are pretty cute too. But yeah. So, other than that, what else have we done over the year other than question whether we should be stream on YouTube or Twitch? Again, I tried playing Sonic Adventure 2, and that did not it did not go well with my keyboard because it was hard. Yeah, doggos are great. It was so hard to play Sonic Adventure 2 with my freaking keyboard. I really need to try to get a controller at some point because that would make my life a little bit easier. The controls are also a little bit weird with Sonic Adventure 2 because again it's an old game, but I need to get a controller. Have I played Deltarune? Yes, actually. I played both chapters here on the channel. Intrusive thoughts. Khan introduced us to the intrusive thoughts in Amnesia, I think. I'm actually I think on Saturday, we're picking back up Undertale with the genocide run, which I'm it's gonna sound wrong, but I'm a little excited about. I'm telling you, Spark the Electric Jester. Papa, wait, give me a second, guys. I need to check something real quick. Anyway, yeah. Spark the Electric Jester. Is that a game? Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, it's a platformer. Ooh, that looks interesting. And it's on Steam. Ooh. I like the sound of that. There's a lot of games I never played. I was so closed up in my bubble growing up that I just never played a lot of games that a lot of people have played. Please don't judge me, but the purple character looks cute. I just saw her and I was like, oh. Oh. Apparently this character is from Spark the Electric Jester 3, but... Or maybe from 2, I don't know, but... She looks cute. That's all I have to say. Interesting. I'm interested. Murder. It's one of the best Sonic-like games out there, huh? I don't like playing Rec Room anymore because once I was playing a Sonic game on there, I did a Sonic impression and made a kid cry since he thought I was a real beast. Oh no! Yeah. Interesting. Again, I was like, growing up, I think I mostly played like Mario games. I didn't really like go outside of that other than dancing games like Just Dance. Would I be able to stream Just Dance? I think that would be tricky because of the copyright thing. Unless I saved the bot and then just sucked it up and like make it an archive. Something like that. My model froze again. Great. There I go. Please open your eyes. There we go. Yeah, I mostly played like Mario games. Growing up, and then I ventured out a little bit with Sonic. And other than that, I just played like online games, but those that you found at like game websites, like the Flash games and all of that. Those are the things that I played the most when I got older. I played the Megamind game. It just gets auto-muted on the Switch bot. Okay, then like we can just archive it and maybe post it on YouTube. Maybe you could try Just Dance. Like, you would not see me move because my model can't move. But you know, it would be funny. I would be winded because I have terrible stamina. But it could be a possibility. I can actually stream games from my console, so maybe we could try that as well. Oh, I never got to play Lego games. I always wanted to, but I never got to play them because I just never got them for Christmas or anything. Maybe one day, because I did want to play like the Avengers one back in the day, but I never got it. I think we would be able to maybe I don't know about the Wii, but definitely Switch games. Why are Lego products so much better than the normal one? I don't know, dude. But Lego's just amazing. I actually, for my birthday, got a little Frozen theme Lego because I like Legos and I love Frozen, and my friend was like, what do you want, a Funko Pop or a Lego? And I was like, a Lego please. I like Funko Pops, but I would choose Legos over Funko Pops any day. He's a rapping doggo who embraces a flower. Interesting, huh? Parapa the rapper. Oh, I never heard of that novel, honestly. I've never heard of that. Yeah, I've been wanting to stream games from my Switch for a little bit. But then again, there's so many games. I am so dying to get back into itch.io games after our little 3 games bundle that we did last time. That was so interesting. I really liked it. So many new things. I'm so excited. We also need to finish Amnesia and Undertale and Nekopara, I think, are our 3 ongoing series at the moment. When I started streaming again, I think I streamed Deltarune Chapter 2, and then I did the weird route. The Snowgray route, ? I think that's what they call it. With Noelle. And then I also did that second run of Doki Doki. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I need more of Stillwater. I really want more cases. I cannot stress that enough. I was so invested in that. Oh, I loved it so much. Then we did like our second run on Doki Doki and got the good ending. And then we checked out the extra stories, and then after like 4 months I came back to it because it turned out that I hadn't checked like the last side story because for some reason they didn't unlock it for me at the time. And then suddenly one day someone told me like, oh, there's an extra one that you missed, and I was like, wait, what? And I checked it, and then it told me, oh, you've unlocked this, and I was like, why didn't you tell me this before? Why didn't you tell me this before? It's been like 4 months and I have not played the ending, and I thought I had already finished. And so I went back and played it, and then just did a little Zatsu, which is, I think, when we started talking about our life experiences in school with Seva. It was fun. Oh yeah, we need to finish Ballads at Midnight as well. You're right. I need to squeeze in another stream of that. Maybe at the end of the month we'll be able to squeeze in another stream of Ballads at Midnight. Is it one of the first rhythm games of all time, made in 1996? Oh, interesting. Oh, I love rhythm games. I just almost never play them because it's hard to stream and like it. For me, rhythm games are hard to stream because I need to either pay attention to the rhythm game or pay attention to whatever I'm saying, and my brain just like goes Internet Explorer more, like Leo.x stopped working, and it just can't do both at the same time. But yeah, we also need to finish Ballads at Midnight, and then I think after I finish Doki Doki, somewhere along the line, I started playing Gris as well. I never got all of the achievements. That one was very pretty visually, but story-wise, it was a little abstract. Like, I did get what they were trying to tell, because at the end of the day, it's like the 5 stages of grief. But I think it would have worked better as a short film rather than a game. But it was still fun to play. And then we started venturing a little with the visual novels and the RPGs. Sorry, I heard a noise and I didn't know what it was. And then what did we do after that? Oh, we started a little series that ended up being like a 3-parter as well. That was... Oh no, before Gris, I think we started playing... what was the name of it? Is where the character Lavender appears. The main character is Lavender. Oh, Grimm's Hollow. We started playing Grimm's Hollow. That was also a 3-parter. Gris was a 3-parter. And then we played... what was the name of it? That we finished that one in 2 streams. It was Nothing Comes to Those Without. That one was really good. I really liked it. And then I got complimented by my Egeman voice. Which I had never been complimented on before, but you know. And I also did some just chattings in between all of that. We played a lot of Deltarune in the beginning, and then I also did a little guerrilla stream where I checked the Spamton sweepstakes, and that scarred me for life. And then after Tomorrow Won't Come to... We tried Muse Dash one fateful day on April Fool's when I was really tired and could not function like a proper human being. Then we started Sonic Adventure. The first stream was fine, and then the second one got really messy, and I think that's after that it's when I decided to like stop until I got a controller. And I think right after Sonic we started Amnesia. Have you watched the show Murder Drones? Actually not. I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it. Amazing Digital Circus. Amazing Digital Circus. Oh, I haven't seen it. This is the first time I'm hearing about that one. But Murder Drones I have heard of, but I've never watched. I've been recommended... what was the name of it? Like... something Love and Robots? Was it that? Love and Robots? Something like that? But I haven't watched that either. Again, as soon as I put up the... Oh, I got scared for a second. I thought OBS crashed again. Love, Death and Robots. Yeah, I've been recommended that one as well, but I haven't watched it. Maybe once we get the server running, I'll be able to start doing watch-alongs frequently, so we can like check out some things together. Maybe I'll check some on my own, but you know, little things here and there. I'm excited about that actually. Maybe we could also do watch-alongs on Twitch. Like, obviously with the timer and all of that, because we can't show the screen. I know a lot of people did it, but I don't feel comfortable with that because that's not how it's supposed to work. And I don't want to get banned or anything. So I'd rather not show the screen. But maybe we could also do that. I did check that little series you told me, so it was weird. I forgot the name of it already, but it was the one about the rat. One of those quote-unquote found games. What was the name of it? And I think I've only seen one other person react to it, and it was a VTuber. I forgot the name of it, but I did check it out. And it was very unsettling. It did jump scare me a bit. Oh yeah, Gregory Horror Show. Yeah. It did jump scare me here and there, but I just found it really, really bizarre. But I did check it out. What else did we stream in the year? Oh, we had the infamous Deltarune Genocide Run Weird Route where it took us 4 streams to beat Jevil. I dedicated 4 streams to beating the freaking Jester. And I hated it. I was so done when I finally managed to beat it. And I think on that last stream it only took me like less than an hour to beat it, but it took me like another 3 streams of me just trying to beat the freaking guy. And then I saved on a new file for chapter 2, and so the continuity wasn't there, so I didn't manage to get like the key for whatever, like the part of the key or whatever that you collect when you beat Devil and when you beat what's that guy's name? Spamton. So whatever, I decided that I was not gonna go back and do that again ever. So Vita Carnis. I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. There's a lot of shows that I've never watched. Oh no, that looks weird. I'd never watched that. That looks horrifying. I think I watched a reaction to it from MadPat, but I never watched the thing, like, by myself. I just put it in the background and it just heard him react to things. I think, because the thing looks familiar, but hell no. Nope. Tony Chopper. Yeah, there's a lot of series and things that I've never watched because I just scatter more to like anime. Why did I pronounce that like that? Anime and animated movie. Tony Chopper. Oh, that's from One Piece. It's a little guy. I only saw him in the movie. On the Red film Red movie. I love Uta. And I love Adol. And that's all I can tell you. I just know that the seiyuu for Robin in Japanese is the same one as Ritsuko from Evangelion. And I love her voice. Yeah, Vita Carnis looks horrible. I think I would not be able to watch that. There's like a level that I can handle, and that's above it. Also, man-eating monsters. I don't know. Wait, we've been at it almost 3 hours. What the heck? When did we do 3 hours? Oh my god, it's been almost 3 hours. I think this is the longest just chatting. They're usually only like about an hour and a half or something. Going back to what we've been playing in the year. Chat, we started playing Amnesia. We started playing Amnesia 6 months ago. We started playing Amnesia 6 months ago. Oh, there it is. OBS gave me a scare again. Well, it was more YouTube this time, but we've been playing Amnesia for 6 months. What the heck? And then I played The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. That's another Sonic game that I played. I had to, at the end, bring down the difficulty all the way down because I could not beat it. And I remember I had guests at my house. Oh. Why are you like this, YouTube? You just scared me. OBS is fine. Everything is doing fine. You're just being weird. But yeah. I remember I had guests over on that last stream, and I had to just bring the difficulty all the way down because I could not beat it, and I had to go downstairs. So I ended up just giving up and bringing down the difficulty. But that one was fun. And I like mysteries because I like thinking about, like, okay, we have these clues, so we need to figure this out. But yeah. And we kept playing Amnesia. Actually, Tomorrow One Comes for those without was after Sonic and Amnesia. And then we started playing Genshin, and I realized that Genshin was also not a suitable game for streaming because of my poor PC. I actually haven't opened Genshin in a little bit. I've been like getting like the monthly, like the daily rewards and all of that, but I have not properly played in a while. I think I finished the Archon quests at Liyue, and that was it. Who do you prefer, Mickey Mouse or Oswald the Lucky Rabbit? I only know Oswald from those games that they released way back when, about something about ink. There were those games for the DS. Mickey and the Rabbit game. Let me look it up and see if it pops up. Epic Mickey. Those games are my only knowledge about Lucky Rabbit. Yeah, Epic Mickey. That's the only reason why I know Oswald. I really don't know anything else about him outside that. I never played them, but I always thought they looked really cool, and I wanted to play them so bad. And I also remember they looked kind of scary, but I wanted to play them so bad. But yeah. They bought Oswald just to put him in those games. Really now? Huh. I know he's from like another franchise that never had quite the same popularity, I think. If I remember correctly. I could totally be wrong about this. But yeah, I only met him because of those games. He never really got it under my radar back in the day. Also, the Disney Plus logo just changed because of the 100th anniversary, and I don't like it. Hold on, let me open up my door because my doggo wants to get back in the room. We're gonna wrap up soon anyway because we've already been streaming for like 3 hours. He lied to me. He just went away. He just decided he didn't want to go back. Even though he whined at my door. Anyway. It was originally made by Disney but was stolen. Oh, I see. Yeah, I remember something about it, but it's been a while. What else did we stream? After Genshin, we started playing Undertale. I gave Sonic Adventure my second try and then gave up. Undertale, Amnesia, another try at Genshin. That was really laggy. Another just chatting. Oh, that was after my release of Idol. Bad Dogo, he went away. Undertale, Amnesia. We got back to the DLC, and then Nekopara, which we had to stop for a while because I ended up canceling the second stream because of work stuff. I said that I was gonna do work while doing this, and I ended up doing none of that. By the way, I'm gonna have to hurry up after this. I have my sheets of foam and everything here that I was gonna use. But that did not happen. Then we start Nekopara. Oh, Hive Swap. Yeah. I did not like that one. I did say that I was gonna give it another chance, but I'm not sure, honestly. That one got recommended to me by Tom the Cat, who I have not seen around in a while as well. I've also haven't seen Hero Flame in a while. I wonder if they'll come back for Undertow. But Hive Swap, it's just not for me. It has this humor that I don't like, and it's just that, like a heavy humor that but it's not, at least for me, it's not funny. It's just annoying. So I didn't really like it. And that's why I'm still debating if I want to make a third stream on it or not. Hello, Hasane Rowdy. And then we played Therapy with Dr. Albert Kruger, which we managed to beat in one stream, and it was really fun. We continued Amnesia, Undertale, Hive Swap. Or did we actually do 3 streams on Hive Swap? I don't think so. No, we only did 2. And then it continued to be Amnesia and Undertale for a while. We only switched between 2 games, really. Then I had my collab with... Oh, then there's that stream that was supposed to be Nekopara Part 2 and switched to Amnesia because the game did not open. That's how Zoe found me, actually. And she... Oh no, wait, it wasn't that stream. It was the stream before of Amnesia, and she saw some weird stuff with Toma. Also, random stream idea. There's a new mascot horror game coming out, and the first chapter is free. Ooh. What's the name of it? Again, I'm terrible at horror games, but I'd be willing to try it out. I've been wanting to play Poppy Playtime, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna... If it's too heavy for my PC. Like, because of the graphics and all that. Because I don't have a great... graphic card, and also I'm just terrified. I'm actually thinking about maybe bringing someone in with me for the FNAF one, because I feel like I'm just gonna be terrified and not gonna be able to do anything for the whole stream. Then we had our collab with Sodu, Indigo Park. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna check it out and see if we can squeeze it in. Maybe not this month, but maybe next month. Man, like, now I want to get Epic Mickey just to see what it was like to play it. Model, please. Oh, there I am. I don't know why I'm still frozen on the preview. Oh, it's because I'm not up to... Okay, never mind. Then we had our collab with Soru. That was fun. That could be your trial run. I mean, true. We could see if my PC actually manages to work with it. Then we played A Taste of the Past, which ended up being way shorter than I expected, but it was a really sweet one. I really liked it. Then, and pretty straight to the point. I remember I didn't have much to add to it because it was just like very clear what the story was about, and heart-wrenching and all of that. I had to go and call my mom after that. Then we played Nekopara again, Amnesia, Nekopara, and then this month, where we started Ballads at Midnight, the 3 scary games today, and Saturday we're gonna be playing Undertale again. So it almost looks like not a lot happened, but at the same time, that's a lot of of... We've been playing Amnesia for almost half of the time I've been here, chat. Streaming. Like, how on earth? How on earth? Like, I know it says like it takes like 30 something hours, but dang it. I didn't expect to be here 6 months later. And still, like, this month, it's like the month we're giving it a break. And even then, I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to finish it next month. Because we're picking it back up again next month because we need to finish Uki's route. But I just don't know anymore, honestly. Yeah, I do remember at some point, like, as time went on, I was like, August is gonna come by and go, and we're not gonna finish this. I think I realized by like the third stream that the routes were pretty long, and because I was I decided that I wanted to do every single one of them on stream, it was just gonna take us a while, and it did. And it still is because there's extra content. But yeah, it's been a pretty eventful year, I feel. And also there were a couple of breaks here and there because sometimes my schedule would just get all messed up by random things, and other times I ended up getting... I think I got sick twice during the whole year. The first time was because of the vid, and then... But I think that was at the beginning of the year, and then after that, it was only after, like, during the summer. It was actually like 2 months ago when I got sick again, but I still streamed anyway. That was the second time. It's always during the heat, chat. It's never during the winter or autumn or anything like that. It's always during the summer or spring when I get sick. She's hot. But yeah. Other than that... Oh, never mind that. I just got an email of something important, but I can check it out later. But yeah. What a year, huh? And we talk about a lot of things right now. I think this is my favorite so far, like just chatting stream. I really want to do these more often. I guess I didn't in the past because there wasn't really like much interaction before, because you know, like the audience was still growing. I was still new to things. I would just talk to the void most of the times for like an hour and then just end. I didn't expect this to turn into a 3-hour stream, yet here we are, and I'm really happy about it. So yeah. But with that, I think we're gonna have to call it for today because I do need to keep working on the thing that I was working on before this. Next stream is gonna be on Saturday because I'm gonna be busy on Thursday and Friday. But I'm gonna try to squeeze in maybe next week, if not the following another stream just to finish Ballads at Midnight. And I might need to reschedule the stream for the 21st just because that's the day where the... You're not the Void Con. I was talking before you were here. I was talking before you actually came here. Before you even joined my streams. I think there was one where I actually talked to the void for an hour, and then that was it because there was actually no one there. But that's another thing. But yeah, I was talking about you, God. Come on, you're the intrusive thoughts. You can't be the void and the intrusive thoughts at the same time. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying before. Oh my god. I forgot. I can't remember what I was saying. My point still stands. You can't be both, Con. Decide. Ito, model, please. Not again. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna cut it here because I even forgot what I was saying before that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for being here and giving me a couple of your hours. I love you guys. Thank you for indulging me and staying here with me for this long. And oh yeah, I remember now. Of course, when I'm talking, I remember. Don't worry. It's just normal. It happens every now and again with me. I don't know why. I was talking about maybe rescheduling the stream of the 21st because that's the day when the D&D session happens, and I'm still unsure about the hour. If it's later in the night, then we'll leave the stream as it is, but if not, then I might push it back a couple of hours or just change the day. It's still under revision, I guess. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. I will let you know as always if that happens. But other than that, we have a stream on Saturday and a new cover as well. Hopefully it will come out on Saturday this time. But yeah. Anyway, with that, thank you so much for coming. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll be seeing you next time. When we go all rogue and choose violence and murder everyone in Undertale. Okay. Bye bye. Bye guys, I love you. I could not find the ending screen for a second there. I accidentally clicked the VRP screen and I almost switched to that one. Oh, you know what also would be cool that I would need to look into as well? Making custom transitions. That would be interesting. I might think about that. Oh, more like I need to look into it and see how it works in order to do it. But I do want to do that. Anyway, bye bye guys. Bye bye. Can't do your homework.